9 out of 10 car owners have no idea that these simple car hacks even exist. But here's the crazy part. One of them could literally save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars in repairs. Most people don't realize that you can actually do these hacks yourself without paying a mechanic. Before you waste another cent at the garage, take a minute to check out these 17 genius car hacks that can save you a fortune and keep your car running like new. Don't skip this. Every single tip could save you money. Let's jump right in with hack number 17. 17. The toothpaste headlight miracle. Your headlights are cloudy and yellow, making you look like you're driving a car that's ready for the junkyard. Worse than that, you can barely see at night, which is downright dangerous. Just last month, a teacher from Austin brought in her 2015 Toyota Camry, complaining she couldn't see street signs anymore. She was ready to drop $150 at the dealership for new headlight assemblies. I showed her this trick instead. Here's the genius move. Grab regular toothpaste from your bathroom, not the gel stuff, the actual white paste. Squeeze a blob onto a rag and scrub that headlight lens like you're trying to clean the world's dirtiest sink. Rinse it off with water and watch your headlights transform from foggy disasters into crystal clear lenses that look brand new. The whole process takes 5 minutes and costs absolutely nothing. But here's the thing, clear headlights help you see better, but if your engine can't breathe properly, you've got bigger problems. The next hack uses something from your garage to resurrect your air filter. 16. The air filter resurrection. Your engine feels sluggish. Your gas mileage is getting worse every week. Your acceleration is pathetic. The problem? Your engine is suffocating. It can't pull in enough air because your air filter is clogged with dirt, dust, and debris. 2 weeks ago, a delivery driver with a 2017 Ford F-150 was complaining about terrible fuel economy. He was about to buy his third air filter that year. I stopped him right there and showed him this trick. Take it outside to your driveway or garage, grab a leaf blower if you have one, or buy a $5 can of compressed air from any store. Now blast that filter from the inside out, pushing all the dirt back the way it came. You'll see a massive cloud of junk explode out of it. Flip it around and blast it from the outside too. Make sure you get every angle. When you're done, that filter looks almost brand new. You just extended its life by thousands of miles and saved yourself $40. That's $40 you can spend on literally anything else. Quick reminder, if this kind of no-nonsense car advice is helping you catch problems before they empty your wallet, smash that subscribe button right now. It's free, and it'll save you thousands over the life of your car. The next hack fixes that annoying problem with something that costs just 50 cents. 15. The zip tie wiper fix. You turn on your windshield wipers in the middle of a rainstorm, and they sound like dying cats screaming across your glass. They skip, chatter, streak, and generally make it impossible to see where you're going. That's because the rubber blade has dried out, hardened, or warped over time. A friend of mine was driving her 2016 Honda Accord through a downpour last winter when her wipers basically gave up. She pulled into a gas station, frustrated and ready to buy expensive new blades. Then she remembered this hack. Grab a zip tie from your junk drawer. Wrap it around the wiper arm close to the blade, but not on the actual rubber part. Tighten it just enough to stay in place. What you're doing is adding a tiny bit of weight and changing the angle at which the blade contacts your windshield. That small adjustment forces the blade to press down evenly again instead of skipping and chattering. The squeaking stops. Your visibility returns. You just saved yourself $100 with a 50-cent zip tie. Genius. Now, there's an even worse smell problem inside your car, and it's coming from your AC vents. This next hack kills that funky odor with something you use every morning. 14. The AC mold assassin. Your air conditioner smells like a locker room mixed with rotting gym socks. It's disgusting. Every time you turn on the AC, you get hit with this wave of funk that makes passengers gag. Here's the hack that actually works. Turn off your AC and engine. Crawl under your car and locate the AC drain tube. It's usually under the passenger side, and you'll see water dripping from it when your AC runs. That tube gets clogged with slime and mold over time. Grab a thin bottle brush or even an old toothbrush wrapped in a paper towel. Stick it up into that drain hole and give it a good scrub. You're breaking up all the gunk that's been sitting in there growing bacteria. You'll be amazed at the nasty stuff that comes out. Within minutes, that horrible smell is gone. Your AC smells fresh again. You saved yourself $150 and probably an entire afternoon at the shop. But weird smells aren't the only annoying thing in your car. That rattling noise in the back is driving you insane. 13. The license plate silencer. There's this crazy sound coming from the back of your car every time you close the trunk or drive over a speed bump. It's driving you absolutely crazy. and you can't figure out where it's coming from. You've checked everything. 3 weeks ago, a college student called us panicking about his 2014 Nissan Altima making terrible rattling noises. He was convinced something expensive was broken. He'd already taken it to 2 mechanics who couldn't find the problem. They quoted him $100 just for diagnostic time. Here's what it probably is: your license plate vibrating against the metal bumper or trunk. The fix is so simple it'll make you laugh. Go inside and grab some double-sided foam tape. Stick small pieces behind all 4 corners of your license plate, between the plate and the car body. That foam acts as a cushion and dampens all the vibration. The rattling stops completely. Total cost? Literally zero. 12. The belt squeal silencer. You're driving down the street, and suddenly your car starts making this high-pitched squealing noise that sounds like a banshee. The issue is your belt, and that sound means it's either worn out or slipping on the pulleys. A nurse from Denver brought in her 2019 Subaru Outback last week with a belt screaming so loud, she thought the engine was dying. The dealership wanted $250 to replace the belt immediately. But here's the thing: sometimes that belt just needs a little help, not a replacement. Here's the temporary fix that buys you time. Grab a can of WD-40 or actual belt dressing spray from the auto parts store, start your engine, and carefully spray a small amount directly onto the rib side of the belt as it's spinning. Keep your hands and face clear of moving parts. This is important. The spray reduces friction and often stops the squeal immediately. This is a temporary fix that gives you time to get to a shop safely instead of breaking down on the highway. You're not fixing the underlying problem, but you're preventing a roadside disaster. Now let's talk about frozen door locks in winter, because that's a special kind of torture when you're late for work and stuck in a parking lot. 11. The hand sanitizer lock de-icer. It's 20 degrees outside. You walk to your car in the freezing cold, stick your key in the door lock, and nothing. The lock is frozen solid. Your key won't even go in. You're standing there in the cold looking stupid, and perhaps you're already late for work. Here's the brilliant hack. Pull out that bottle of hand sanitizer you've been carrying around. Squirt some onto your key. Hand sanitizer is mostly alcohol, and alcohol has a much lower freezing point than water. It melts ice instantly. Slide that alcohol-coated key into the frozen lock and wiggle it gently. The alcohol melts the ice, blocking the mechanism. Within seconds, your lock is free, and your key turns smoothly. Problem solved with something that's probably already in your pocket. But sticky locks aren't just a winter problem. The next hack fixes that with something from your desk drawer. 10. The graphite lock lubricant. Your car door or trunk latch is sticky. You have to slam it multiple times before it catches. Or worse, it won't open smoothly, and you have to yank on it like you're trying to rip the door off. That's dry, rusty metal that needs lubrication desperately. Just yesterday, an elderly woman with a 2012 Buick Enclave was struggling so hard with her trunk latch that she'd stopped using it entirely. She was loading groceries through the back door instead. A mechanic quoted her $120 to fix it. Here's the genius hack. Grab a regular pencil from your desk. You know, the wooden kind with actual graphite inside. Rub the pencil tip all over the moving parts inside your lock or latch mechanism. Get graphite dust everywhere in there. Open and close your door or trunk several times to work the graphite into all the moving parts. Your latch will glide shut easily now, and the fix will last for months or even years. You just fixed a mechanical problem with a 10-cent pencil. That's the kind of genius hack I'm talking about. Now let's move to something more visible. Your car's paint. You've got a terrible scratch that makes your beautiful car look like it lost a fight with a shopping cart. Before you pay hundreds at a body shop, the next hack makes that scratch virtually disappear. 9. The nail polish paint protector. A paralegal with a brand new 2023 Tesla Model 3 called me nearly in tears last month. Someone had keyed her car in a parking lot, a deep, vicious scratch right down the side. The Tesla service center quoted her $800 for paint repair. $800! Here's the hack that saves your bacon. Go to any store and find a bottle of nail polish that closely matches your car's color. You don't need a perfect match, just get in the ballpark. Use that tiny brush to carefully paint over the scratch, filling it completely. What you're doing is sealing the bare metal from moisture and oxygen, which prevents rust from forming. The nail polish dries hard and creates a protective barrier. From a few feet away, the scratch becomes almost invisible. If you're ever stranded with an overheating engine and no coolant, the next hack uses something from a convenience store to save your engine's life. 8. The emergency coolant substitute. Your temperature gauge is in the red. Steam is pouring from under your hood. You pull over and check the coolant reservoir, and it's bone dry. If you can find water anywhere, that's your first choice. Plain water works in an emergency. But here's the weird hack. If you absolutely can't find water, but you can find milk at a gas station or convenience store, a 50/50 mix of milk and water can temporarily cool your engine. That's how you save a dying engine. But what about that annoying check engine light that refuses to turn off even after you fix the problem? The next hack wipes that light out using only your battery. 7. The EQ hard reset. You fixed the problem. Maybe you tightened your loose gas cap, replaced a sensor, or fixed a vacuum leak, but that stupid check engine light is still glowing on your dashboard like a beacon of shame. It won't go away. A mechanic will charge you $75 to $100 just to plug in their scan tool and clear the codes. That's highway robbery for 30 seconds of work. Here's how you do it yourself for free. Pop your hood and locate your car's battery. You're looking for the negative terminal, which is marked with a minus sign and usually has a black cable attached. Loosen the clamp and disconnect that negative cable from the battery post. Here's the key part. Take that disconnected negative cable and touch it against the positive terminal for about 30 seconds. This drains any residual electricity from your car's computer system. Reconnect the negative cable to where it belongs. Start your car. That check engine light should be gone. Now we're finally exposing the habit that's silently killing modern engines next. And this is the big one I promised. 6. The warm-up myth. That's destroying your engine. This is the hidden danger I warned you about at the beginning. You get into your cold car in the morning, start it up, and let it idle for 5 or 10 minutes to warm it up. You think you're being gentle and protecting your engine, but sorry, you're actually killing it. Here's the truth that mechanics know but don't always share. Modern engines with fuel injection need less than 10 seconds of warm-up time before you can drive. That's it, 10 seconds. Last winter, a retired teacher brought in his 2015 Honda CR-V with only 60,000 miles on it, but the engine was completely shot. He'd been idling it for 15 minutes every single morning for 5 years, thinking he was being careful. That mistake cost him $4,200 for a rebuilt engine. The fastest way to warm up your engine is to drive it gently. Start the car, wait 10 seconds for oil to circulate, then drive normally while keeping your RPMs under 3,000 until the temperature gauge moves to its normal position. Stop idling your car for minutes. Your engine will last 50,000 miles longer if you just drive it gently instead of letting it sit there destroying itself. This one change alone is worth thousands in saved repair costs. But you know what else takes abuse? Your key fob. When it stops working, you're stuck outside your car like a caveman. The next hack fixes a weak key fob with something from your kitchen. 5. The tinfoil key fob booster. Your key fob is getting weaker by the day. You used to unlock your car from 50 feet away. Now you have to press the button 5 times while standing right next to the door. You think the battery is dying, and you're partially right. Open your key fob carefully with a small screwdriver or coin. Look at how the battery sits in there. Take a piece of aluminum foil from your kitchen and fold it into a small, thick square. Place that foil between the battery and the metal contact clip. Aluminum foil is an excellent conductor. It closes the circuit gap and ensures perfect contact between the battery and the electronics. Your key fob suddenly works like it's brand new again. You just saved yourself $50 to $200 depending on whether you were buying just a battery or a whole new fob. A powerful fob is convenient, sure, but what if your car is leaking coolant? That's a guaranteed path to catastrophic engine damage. The next trick uses something from your kitchen to seal a radiator leak in minutes. 4. The black pepper radiator seal. You look down at the pavement under your car and see a bright green or orange puddle spreading. That's coolant, and it means you have a radiator leak. This is a serious problem. You're stuck. Your engine will overheat in minutes, and you need help immediately. A new radiator costs $300 to $800 depending on your car. Add in labor, and you're looking at $600 to $1,200 total. If you keep driving and overheat the engine, you're facing a $2,500 head gasket repair. You need a solution right now. Make sure your engine is completely cold first. This is critical for safety. Open the radiator cap and pour about a teaspoon of black pepper into the coolant. Yes, regular black pepper from your kitchen. The pepper particles circulate through your cooling system and get sucked into any tiny holes or cracks in your radiator. The particles accumulate there and physically plug the leak from the inside. The coolant pressure pushes the pepper into the hole and creates a seal. This fix will easily let you drive to the nearest mechanic without overheating. Some people have driven hundreds of miles on a pepper seal. It works so well, it's almost unbelievable. This is a true emergency hack that saved countless people from roadside disasters. 3. The shoelace brake release. Imagine this nightmare scenario. You hit the brakes, and one of your brake calipers sticks and refuses to release. Your car pulls violently to one side. You smell burning rubber and brake pads. You physically can't drive because one wheel is locked up. My own cousin had her parking brake cable freeze solid on her 2008 Toyota Camry during a brutal Michigan winter. She called 3 tow companies, all charging $150 minimum. I walked her through this hack over the phone and saved her the tow. Here's the MacGyver-level hack that saves you. If your parking brake cable is frozen or seized, especially common in winter or on older cars, you can often unstick it manually. Take a shoelace or any strong piece of rope or cord. Tie it around the end of the brake cable where it connects to the wheel. Now pull hard and quick back and forth. You're using muscle power to break the rust or ice that's preventing the cable from moving. This physical shock often releases the seized mechanism. Your brake lets go, the wheel spins freely again, and you just avoided a tow truck and massive repair bill. This hack requires some strength and patience, but when it works, it's absolutely magical. You're literally saving yourself thousands with a shoelace. Frozen brakes are brutal, but what about a car that won't start at all? We're talking about a flooded engine. The next hack uses a secret trick with your gas pedal to revive a car that's officially dead. 2. The flooded engine revival technique. You've tried starting your car too many times. Maybe it was cold, maybe you flooded it with gas accidentally, but now the engine is loaded with too much fuel. It cranks and cranks but won't fire up. It just sputters pathetically and dies. Here is what to do. Get in your driver's seat and push the gas pedal all the way to the floor. Hold it there, fully depressed. Now turn the key to start the engine while keeping that pedal floored. What you're doing is telling your car's computer to cut fuel delivery completely and allow maximum airflow into the engine. This clears out all that excess gasoline that's preventing ignition. It's like opening all the windows in a smoke-filled room. Keep cranking for 10 to 15 seconds at a time. Let the starter rest for 30 seconds between tries to avoid burning it out. After 2 or 3 attempts, the engine will clear itself and suddenly roar to life. You just saved yourself a tow and a shop visit by understanding how your car's computer thinks. That's the ultimate starting trick for flooded engines. But now we're at the single most important hack in this entire video. This is the #1 trick that separates people who drive their cars for 300,000 miles from people who blow their engines at 100,000. Pay attention. 1. The oil smell test that saves engines. This hack is simple, but it's the most important thing you can do to protect your engine from catastrophic failure. Everyone checks their oil level on the dipstick, right? You pull it out, look at where the oil line is, and as long as it's between the marks, you think everything's fine. Wrong, that's not enough. Here's the secret step that almost nobody does. Smell the oil. Put it close to your nose and take a sniff. Fresh, healthy oil smells like oil thick, slightly burnt, mechanical. If your oil smells strongly like gasoline, you have a massive problem that's about to destroy your engine. Your oil's job is to create a protective film between metal parts moving at thousands of RPMs. When gasoline dilutes that oil, the film breaks down, metal starts grinding on metal, bearings fail, cylinder walls score. Your engine is eating itself alive from the inside, and you'd never know just by looking at the level. If your oil smells like gas, you need an oil change immediately. Don't wait. Get fresh oil in there right now to stop the damage. Then take your car to a mechanic to diagnose why fuel is getting into your oil. It might be worn piston rings, it might be a fuel injector problem, but catching it early means a few $100 fix instead of a 5-figure engine replacement. This one simple smell test, taking literally 5 seconds when you check your oil, can save you thousands of dollars and years of headache. It's the difference between a car that lasts 300,000 miles and one that dies at 100,000. If you learned even one new thing today that's going to save you from paying a dime, hit that like button right now. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-world car advice that actually matters and keeps money in your pocket where it belongs. There's a video on your screen right now that'll save you even more money and stress under the hood. Click it, and I'll meet you there with more life-saving car hacks.